I'm going to minimize this for just a second and tell you about how do we take a contents Excel spreadsheet into the Simsol system. So the first thing to do this is we need to come up and get out of the claim. And there's one, we're going to go to Tools. Okay, now remember, it is spelled out in the guide. I'm going to click on Tools, and as you can see, one of them says Contents Excel Spreadsheet. So as I do that, find a location of where it is. The system will automatically put the file name in, and the only thing you need to do is click Save. Now, once you have that, you're going to send that to the insured. And so I'm going to open up one that I've already have as a sample, and that way you can see it. So I'm going to come over here and give the Excel spreadsheet a look. This is what we're going to be sending you, the Excel guide for adjusters as well as for the insured. All right, here's a sample contents XLS. This is what we created. We'd like to send that to you because what it does is it's ready for, it's all set up. So I see how I have the quantities, categories selected correctly. In the spreadsheet that we created or got from the Simsol system, this would be all scrunched up. You wouldn't have any formulas in here. So basically, you can use this sample on every contents Excel spreadsheet to be given to the insured. There's a couple rules that you must follow, okay? First of all, you must have a room name for every line item. That's the first rule. The second rule, no spaces. So every line item has to be filled out consecutively, okay? So it has to have no spaces on there. The next one is you need a quantity. That is required. So the room name's required, quantity's required. Now on the unit of measure, keep it at EA. If it says lump sum or pair or anything like that, do not put that in. Leave it like it is there, EA, okay? Item description is required, so make sure that you have a description. Age in years, remember it's a whole number. Please do not use 0.1, 0.2, or any of that, okay? Comments, that's optional. Make, model, serial number is optional for the line item, but I highly recommend that if you've got electronics or any high item, you might want to put that in. Purchase from is also an option. That doesn't need to be put in. K, column K, unit cost is mandatory. That's the price, okay? The depreciation, tell the insured not to put the depreciation. The adjuster will take care of that. And based upon that, it will come up and calculate the amount that you're wanting to put in. So that's what we need to have in. I'm gonna close this up here, and I'm gonna come in and put a sample. You sent this to the insured, and the insured has now filled it out. So I'm then received this by email, and this is what I've received. All right, so I've got the name, I've got of the room. Make sure it's all in there. There is no breaks, no line spacing there, so no blank fields of any kind until your last item. And tell your insureds not to put the totals in. You know, like some of the line items, they will. You'll just have to delete those. Okay, so it has to be look just like this. So then make sure that you have EA, make sure you have a description and an age, and you can then put this over if you want to and move it over. Remember, no decimal points, so 10.1, 10.2 will not work. Comments is an option field, make, model, and serial is optional. As you can see, I have a burnout motor here on this Maytag, excuse me, with a model and serial. And then you can put the purchase from. And I'll tell you something, in my experience, when you give these to the insureds, they will love to do this. They will come in and put the purchase from. It's very detailed. Then it'll tell you what the estimate is. tell them not to use the depreciation. As you can see, the price is then derived over here from the number from the quantity times the estimated. So as you can see, there it is, 750. So once we have that all in and that looks good, how do we put it into Simsol? Okay, so I'm going to just minimize this for just a second. I'm going to go into the claim. I'm going to go into the inventory of items. So as you can see, I still have, if you have previous items that the adjuster did, that's fine, it won't interfere. So basically what we need to do is come up here to Excel import. From the Excel import, we're going to hit the browse button. The browse button is located right here with the 4 dots. So as I click on this, I'm then going to go find where that is located, and then I'm looking for contents in my desktop. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to select desktop, and I should find contents items, which are right here. As you can see, there's my contents list report that the insured provided to me. I can double click on it. And now it says how many items that I have. Now I have the ability to actually put depreciation in. Now this is a group depreciation, but I want to put this in because if I forget one, I might get it kicked back. So let's say I do 15% and I click OK. Now the audit procedure will come up with a green done and done. This is the end result that you want. Okay. Now if you get an error, then the verification will tell you where it's located. And I wanted to show you that in our handout, is that we do have it. So if there is an error coming in, it's going to say where you need to fix. It'll say what cell site. Go to A5 and click on that. Okay, so we are going to provide this to you, and our head of technical support did an excellent job in creating this document for you. So anyways, I'm going to close this up for just temporarily, and the last step to bring it in is come up and click import. So as I do that, take a look right here. It picked up all those items in. Now there is a thing that we need to do. There is no trade associations associated to this. So if I need to make an entry and I go to list mode, and I need to check it, if I need to change the price and I need to change it from let's say 150 on the digital scale. The problem is that when I do that and I click on done, it will not let me do it. I need to put this in to a category. It doesn't matter what it is, you still need a category. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and click on electronics, select it, and now click on done. It's going to take it. So remember, always put in, when you're doing corrections from the Contents Excel spreadsheet, you need to make sure that we address the major classification and subclassification. With that, I can then come up and click on done. So that's pretty much it for putting in Contents Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to click on the done button, and I'm going to then proceed into the inventory summary.